Hey, what's going on guys, Khraze here, welcome back to No Man's Sky, and actually surprisingly enough today we have a brand new Season 2 of the expeditions called BEACHHEAD. It actually started literally moments ago, about an hour ago or so, and there's already a couple of items in the game that are pretty interesting. We will talk about that in this video, as well as the fact that Season 1 has come to an end. If you didn't get a chance to collect your rewards, then this is the best time to do it, and there's also the new update that just dropped, so let's talk about that. Anyway, we have the blog post right here, so bam, right now on the screen, No Man's Sky Expedition number 2, and of course with its title, which is BEACHHEAD, by the way, so there's a bit of info in there that we will talk about. But hello everyone, back in April we launched a whole new way to experience No Man's Sky with the release of the expeditions. Since then, travelers have embarked on their first expedition, Pioneers, which has seen them travel huge distances, discover a vast array of creatures, rendezvous in huge numbers at expedition intersections, map countless new systems, and complete many more challenges to unlock the limited edition rewards, including the exclusive Golden Alpha Vector Starship. By the way, if you didn't check in game, yeah, these expeditions have already ended, so now if you log on to your previous expedition save file, you will get this message prompt right here that tells you that the expedition is over. So congratulations traveler, all expedition goals complete. Of course, this was the message for me because I completed all of these expedition goals and whatnot. So your save will now be converted to a standard save if you wish to continue. Earned rewards can be collected on any other save via the Quicksilver Synthesis Companion on the Space Anomaly. Be sure to check back at the start of the new expedition soon. And yeah, by the way, if you have other saves, maybe ones that are older than the one with the expedition, you can also claim all of the unlocked rewards on those saves as well. Like in this situation, I was on one of my first saves from 2017 and I was able to collect the same rewards because I unlocked them on a different save, in case you already done that. Now here's the interesting bit, because we just got a couple of new items in the game that seem to be tied into the new event and the new expedition, and one of them actually is at the Quicksilver Synthesis bot. Now this will have to reach 100% in research progress to unlock in the first place. Right now, if you look at the top, it's sitting at 0%, so eventually it will unlock and it will cost some Quicksilver probably to purchase, which really reminds me of the Living Ship update and how we got the Living Egg out of a similar sequence. But the myth beacon reads as follows. This is an experimental summoning technology according to its description, the result of Nera's research into unusual patterns detected in the stories of the Gek, Corvex, and Viking. The beacon broadcasts a signal echo attuned to the shift historiographical flux mapped by Nera's traveler companions. Specialist Polo is unwilling to predict the result of the broadcast, and that is pretty much it. It will cost, by the way, 80 Quicksilver when it gets unlocked, so maybe do a couple of missions in order to get that. But the way I'm seeing this is going to be the device that we will use in order to start whatever quest line or event will happen in Season 2. Again, similar to Living Ship, when we got that alien egg that started the quest line eventually and we got the ship out of it. Now, the BEACHHEAD terminology that they use for Season 2 is very interesting, and I looked around and this is the definition that I was able to find. So a beachhead is actually a thing. It is a temporary line created when a military unit reaches a landing beach by sea and begins to defend the area as other reinforcements arrive. So kind of like Normandy basically, I think. Once a large enough unit is assembled, the invading force can begin advancing inland. So it kind of sounds like some kind of invasion is starting to happen, as the name implies. But again, it's not the only item that we have in the game. There's a second one that seems to be tied into the actual expedition challenge track or phases, and in this case we have a historiographical dosimeter which is tied into phase 5 of the second expedition. So it reads similar to the previous one. This is a personal reality flux monitor from what I'm seeing, but it mentions the following. So the dosimeter measures exposure to historiographical flux around key artifact sites. Recordings of unusual historical shifts will enable NATA to trace the signal. Assist NATA and Polo in their research by using this device to transmit historical data from alien artifact sites. Now, it sounds a little bit confusing, yes I know, but we will basically have to get to these ancient ruins, ancient plaques and monoliths, interact with them in one way or another using this device, and this will progress us through that story point. Yes, there's going to be a story in the new update, so I will talk about that in just a little bit, but so far you can start a new expedition in the game, but there will be a start of the new expedition in, I believe, just a little bit. So here is the relevant part in the blog post. When we created expeditions, we wanted each one to feel fresh, each one to supply its own twists and contrasts. We are very excited to explore the gameplay and, check this out, stories that this new mode gives us the chance to create. Today marks the start of Beachhead, a journey with a very different pace and structure to the Pioneers expedition before it. We hope you enjoy the surprises it has in store. And it gives it a little bit more detail right here. Of course, we also have the patch notes that we will mention in just a little bit, but once again, players will start from a new save and all on the same planet. The new voyage starts today, though it doesn't really say or mention any ETA. Even now, tens of thousands of like-minded explorers are preparing to warp towards the jump-off point. Alongside the new expedition, we are releasing a minor patch to support it, and the full patch yada yada is below. But alongside the new expedition, NATA and Polo's regular research effort aboard the Space Anomaly has shifted into a new gear. Priest entity NATA has detected something thought impossible, a fluctuation in history already written. A new pattern is emerging in the stories of the ancient Gek, Corvex and Viking. So something is stirring, something is happening, and we have these two devices right here that are playing a key role into all of that, and it's going to begin today essentially. So I cannot wait to see how the expedition looks like in Season 2. Now, right now, it's not yet available in the game. If you completed the expedition, you're not going to see the new one appearing yet. I think that it will release in a little bit, so maybe a few more hours. But in the meantime, our journey continues, and here are the patch notes for patch 3.40. So the second expedition, Beachhead, begins today. We hope you enjoy the surprises it has in store. I've also added a new class of procedural upgrade modules for the Starship launch thrusters. I haven't seen these in game yet, but once I do, I will definitely cover them. Fixed an issue that caused incorrect text labels in communication stations, another one that prevented the exosuit boot sequence from playing correctly in the expeditions mode, and there's a bunch of other issues in there that have been fixed, like asteroids interacting with player fleets, allowing secondary ships to be summoned when they were full out of fuel, another one with UI screen to be positioned incorrectly when using an ultra-wide monitor, incorrect camera positioning while interacting with a number of objects, one that prevented a number of Quicksilver titles from unlocking in creative mode, and finally one that could allow players to bypass protections against buildings in other players' bases. So this was an exploit that was happening somehow, and it was fixed in the new update, and there's a bunch of other crash fixes in there as well at the bottom. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the new update. So Season 2 is starting, looks very exciting. I will cover a lot more of No Man's Sky right here on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date with that, definitely make sure you subscribe, leave a like on this video and activate that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.